The reason why I say that is because I was a crackhead. So you can't tempt me with heroin. You can't tempt me with meth.
No.
Not when my not when I wanted cocaine. And believe me, when you out there and you doing one drug, they always come up with another one. And what do you tell them? Nah, that ain't me. Well, he's not gonna go around messing with boys if he never had done it before.
Well,
Because that demon laid wait. That demon had been there a long time waiting for the right time to tear him down. You see, that's what that demon's assignment. He caught him at a time, and see, that's what the devil will do with you. He will wait. He will wait generations.
yes.
Some people wonder, why do I do the things that I do? And if you check in their bloodline, you'll find out you had an uncle or a great uncle or a grandfather or a great grandfather that was doing the same thing. My son, my youngest son, is a dancer. I don't dance. But my mother was a dancer. It didn't come through me, but it skipped me and went to him.
Right.
Right now, he's on tour. As a matter of fact, he's probably right now performing. He's halftime for the Globetrotters. He's on the East Coast right now. It skipped me a generation. You see, that's the same thing the devil can do. The reason why I'm doing this message is because I dealt with a situation. I was in locker at a violation. All right. I was totally upset about this violation. I mean, you know, naturally going to jail, you're upset, but when you're in there for something that you know, I mean, you know, they say it all the time. I didn't do it. But no, I know. And I go to the phone and I call home. And one of my sons answered the phone and tell me that my oldest son is up there in high power. Well, you know how you get in high power. They had him all chained down for 23 hours a day, bring him out into a little yard, a little area, and take him loose and let him walk around for an hour. And I found out he was up there. And he had multiple capital crimes. And so I fell on my knees when I heard that at the phone. I cried out to the Lord. I said, Lord, there's a curse on my life. Our grandfather's the next time. My father's the next time. I'm the next time. And look at my three oldest sons. I said, Lord, I might not ever see my oldest son ever again. And I cried out, Lord, I got to get this curse off of me. And so I prayed and I fasted a total of 17 days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When I went to court, I get into court, judge looked at it and he says, oh, you took care of this 3 years ago. It was a computer error. They was trying to send me to prison on a computer error. But then I realized I wasn't there because of that.
Right?
I was there because my son needed somebody to pray for.
To stand in that gap. Yes, sir.
And I prayed, Lord, get this curse up off of me.
Yes, sir.
I got young sons. I got young daughters.
Yes,
I said, Lord, I got to get this curse up off of me before it follows them.
Yes, sir.
It looked like my three oldest ones, I don't know. But Lord, save them.
Yes, sir.
Come on now.
And the Lord did just that.
Yes, sir.
And that son, he got a hung jury. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Came out preaching, and you know what? He's going to help me in 6 weeks.
Uh-huh.
You know, finally get him back. Get him in here. And he's got a testimony for some of you. Thank you, Jesus. That's right. Like I said, it was, you go to church and you praise and worship the Lord and never have a clue of what is in waiting. In 1994, I prayed to get this curse up off of me, which I just said. And how my sons and all of them. But what reason why I brought this message is because a few months ago, my grandson, he committed a crime. And in that crime, here he lives. They're looking at giving him some long time. Young, 24, 25 years old. And I said, Lord, I prayed to get this curse up off of me. Now what's going on? My grandson. The Lord let me know. He said, you got it off of you. But you got children.
You still got it.
From many others. And there's curses on their life.
Yes.
I said, whoa, Lord, what am I going to do about that? And this is what the Lord told me. He said, expose the devil to destroy the devil.
That's right.
Let the people know what they're facing.
Yes, sir.
He said, you're not the only one that's dealing with this. The whole world is dealing with a generational demonic curse. Generational demonic curse that was on my forefathers was broken. And I never thought that there are many curses on their mothers. And when I thought about it, there are.
Yes.
I think one of them is straight from hell. But you must know what I'm talking about.
I do. I straight know what you're talking about.
Came from hell just to mess with me. There, let me see, events throughout the year where I have seen the action of demonic nature within my family. A tragic event occurred, and my spirit was grieved. The Holy Spirit showed me a generational demonic curse in my children's family that my cleansing never touched. Curses of witchcraft, voodoo, Islam, homosexuality, slothfulness, gang life, alcohol, drugs, spousal abuse, going to prison, tattoos, piercing, and murder. Just to name a few of the destructive lifestyles that can be passed down. Yes. I want to say something real quick. I want you all to. That's my daughter. Yes. Oh boy, I'm so glad to see her. Okay. Some of the things what I just laid out before you. Witchcraft, voodoo, Islam, homosexuality, slothfulness, gang life, alcohol, drugs, spousal abuse. You hear what I said? Spousal abuse.
Yes.
Is generational.
Yes, it is.
How many women are abused and you can trace it back to their mothers and even further back? And see, reason why I'm bringing this about, not just because of spousal abuse, but to let you know that if you do not break this curse,
it can get worse.
It's going to continue going on down through the line.
Yes.
And what you going through will be passed down to your children.
Right. So true.
Like I said, spouse, we're going to prison. Some folks just can't stay out of prison.
That's right.
Can't help it.
And if they look back, they say, well, my daddy, was that way. And they might stop there, and maybe their grandfather, like mine. My father, my grandfather. And if I went any further back, who knows how far that curse had went. Drugs. they say? Some folks are prone to alcoholism. Some folks take a hit and that's it. They hooked. I'm going to tell you why on that. I told you, some of you before, that my family was a cartel. And what they did is they have factories where they would manufacture drugs. Big factories. People come in, they punch a clock, and they go and they work 8 hours, and they go. And they manufacture these drugs. And after they manufacture them, package them up, then the local witch doctor, Satanist, he come and he pray over all the drugs before they leave, so that they would be able to get through, be able to smuggle them in. Well, that's the reason why a lot of times when a person hit him one time, that demon spirit is on there. And that's why it's so hard to get away, because you gave him an entrance for him. I'm bringing to your attention this generational demonic curses that may be hiding or already have acted out in your life to cause you pain and destruction, to destroy your hopes and dreams. You may not understand why you have did what you did, or why your loved one is doing what they are doing. Have you ever seen a family where the father has a problem with uncontrollable anger? His son seems to have been handed it, and the grandpa had the same problem. How many have you seen that? You say, wait a minute, is that generational? Yes, it is.
Very much so.
How many of you been told, especially you guys, I don't know, I'm pretty sure the women too, but I know as far as a man, been told you act just like your daddy. You act like him. You got little ways like him.
Oh, my baby
Depending on how he treated her, she might not want to see you.
My son. Oh my gosh.
Woo, thank you. Or have you noticed that not only do you suffer from something such as persistent irrational fears or depression, but your mother or your father also suffer from it as well. There are many people today that are living under bondage, that the sins of their forefathers have been passed down. Now, this is where I'm about to show you that this is scripture. Exodus 34:7. There's a lot of places that it talks about these generational curses. It says, keeping mercy for thousands. Exodus 34:7. Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting, punishing the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, unto a third and to a fourth generation. Sounds generational to me, don't it? Lamentations 5:7. It goes on to say, your fathers have sinned and are not, and we have been punished for their iniquities. This is beyond learned behavior. Many children learn to be messy if their parents are messy. This is a spiritual bondage that is passed down from one generation to another. Some symptoms of generational curses are a continual negative pattern of something being handed down from generation to generation. Often people who are adopted end up with the same characteristics as their birth parents. Not because they was around their birth parents to learn how they behave, but because they inherited their spiritual bondage. You hear that? It doesn't matter a whole, it matters a lot, but a lot of times as an adopted child, you carry the same characteristics as your birth parents.
Amen. True.
Even though you could have got them at birth.
True. True.
I'm going to give you a obvious one. Two white parents adopt a black child. Just because that black child grow up with them white folks, don't make him white.
Amen.
He will be what his birth parents were.
Amen. True that. But you gain.
Some common symptoms of generational curses are family illnesses that seem to just walk from one person down to the next. Cancer is a common physical manifestation of a spiritual bondage. Financial difficulties, mental problems, persistent irritational fears, depression,
Yes.
anger,
True.
prison, abusive relationships,
Come on,
wickedness,
Chaplain.
and homosexuality. Anything that seems to be a persistent struggle or problem that was handed down from one generation to another
Okay,
may
Chaplain.
very well be a generational curse.
It is a generational curse. Yes, it is.
You don't want to do what you do. But it's just seemed I just can't help it. I keep doing it. I do the same thing that my fathers are doing. No, or what is it? Romans 7:15. It says, what I allow, I would not. But what I do is what I hate. I was a product of a generational curse. But I didn't like it.
Amen.
Because the generational curse that I was following was my father's. I was doing the same thing my father was doing that he did to me. I was doing to my children. And it wasn't until the day that I decided to pray, Lord, get this curse up off of me, that until then, my life began to change. God opened up my eyes. And it was 3 months later that God saved me, and I totally broke that curse.